And we are live, I think. Yes. We're live and we have audio and I have levels. And you notice when Grant's running this session, the audio starts fine.
I see how it is, Grant.
Sabotaging Pruitt's success. Oh! Yeah. So, my name is Grant Ellis, and I am here for a special WebDM one-shot where we feature Starward Bound, the movie. And I'm very excited to be here. I am very excited to play with my good friends and special guests who are quite distinguished in the online role-playing game community. We're all good friends here, and we love jamming some spells. So let's all go around and introduce ourselves. I was going to say each other, which is make up who the person to your left is. You are Matthew Mercer, and you are Christopher Perkins. Let's start in the bottom right corner of the screen with Marcy. Marcy, who are you?
Hi, my name is Marcy Vellon, and today I will be playing a turtle named Boudwin. I'm excited to be here. I'll say more later.
Marcy is one half of the Phantom Roll Booth, if you're not familiar with her work, and she's also runs the Owl of Lycia campaign on Monty Cook's Twitch channel, and she is one of my favorite people to play with, and she taught me Cypher System, which is probably my favorite system overall. Owls! The owls! And to the left of Marcy on the screen is one Kiana Shaw. Hi, Kiana. How are you? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I've been battling some sickness, but I have to come and play some lovely Spelljammer with these great people. But I will not be E, your favorite murder robot. That's a shocker. Instead, I am going to be a bugbear mage named Harmonious. So if I slip into E's voice, it's because I've been doing E's voice for 20 plus episodes. So please be patient with me as I go from Barb to Squishy Wizard.
And hi, Pruitt. And Kika. No, Pruitt.
Hey.
Kika, the audience is highly familiar with you if they're watching this show, but go ahead and introduce your who you are and who you will be playing today. Por favor.
That they are. It's a distinguished privilege to be able to play in one's own campaign. I've never been able to do this, and so I'm very excited. Tonight, I will be playing a dragonborn fighter, a reptile of honor, named Hieronymus. He's a gold dragonborn, and we're gonna see how long he lasts playing that samurai action. So let's get to it.
And last but not least, one of my favorite human beings on the entire planet, Kika. Hello.
Hi, I'm Kika. Mostly what you need to know about me is I'm the best. I am playing a Loxodon ranger named how's it pronounced again?
Lodwick.
Lodwick, yes, there. Lodwick. I am the Loxodon ranger.
And we're using a hodgepodge of races, unearthed arcana, and playtest material because why not? When it's all available on D&D Beyond, hashtag not sponsored, that's our FCC requirement. It's great to playtest and try new things and experiment. This show is sponsored by Tabletop Loot. Make sure when you go to tabletoploot.com, you use the coupon code WebDM15 to get 15% off your dice, shirts, mugs, etc. And I would like, if possible, Kiana to give roughly a simple, high-level, 3-bullet point recap of what's going on in the main campaign right now.
Oh boy, well.
Or rather, the thrust of the current scene that the other characters are caught in.
Yeah, so the crew of the Dawn Rose, aka the main group of Starward Bound, is currently dealing with some Nyogi who is attacking the giant space beast that is Rantame. So they are dealing with that and trying to get these Nyogi away from Rantame, which is who is in incredible pain right now, as other ships and Nyogi ships are fighting each other, which I'm assuming is where we're going to be taking place. Grant.
That you will. So this episode of Starward Bound, the movie, anytime I come in as a guest DM during a long-running campaign, I always try to do the non-canonical movie approach. However, I've noticed the movies often become canon. So this is a sideways story from Wayside High. Essentially, this is a sideways story where a group of heroes are going to seek to defend and protect Rantame and the citizens thereof, that being the giant manta ray city creature from the main campaign. So each of our heroes, we're going to enter what I call the bond building roleplay scene, which is an opportunity for the players to earn a point of inspiration to use during the one-shot. I often give a role-playing prompt just off the cuff, like, tell me about your morning routine, etc. So what I'd like, and we are going to go in reverse, actually, no, we're going to go in kind of random order. I'd like you to introduce how your hero, your player character, became a member of the infamous mercenary squad, the Hero Battalion. And let's go ahead and start with Kiana. So you can sort of describe your character, you can draw upon your background, and then I'm going to ask you some probing questions about the rest of the party, and they're going to be able to participate as well. And what's on the line is inspiration.
Oh, right. Cool. So Harmonious used to be the typical bugbear. Gruff, always just down to do whatever needs to be done to survive along their bugbear friends. However, at some point they got into a bit of a fight that they couldn't quite get on top of, and instead of being left to die out wherever obscure planet they were on, ended up being saved by this group of mercenaries who decided that this is an interesting bugbear. It's not just fighting skill that they have, but also magic. And so took Harmonious under their wings. And now Harmonious is trying their best to
My question for you.
Yeah.
Which of the heroes, other player characters, was the one that rescued you?
Ooh.
And then De Niro, was it Bodwin the Tortle? Or was it Lodwick the Elephant?
I'm going to say it was Bodwin.
Which brings us to Bodwin. Bodwin, how did you get recruited to become a member of the Hero Battalion? Keep that side story to about 2 or 3 sentences, but then I want to hear about your dramatic rescue of Harmonious and what it entailed.
Sure. Well, Bodwin's planet was dying. So Bodwin hopped onto the first ship that Bodwin found, which happened to be these kind, merciless mercenaries. I am not entirely sure they recognize I'm here. But I'm here. I'm always watching.
Is that a set of eyes looking at us? Yes. My goodness.
Stranger things have happened in the
Stranger things have happened in the deep dark of wild space.
I know a bunch of stories to help my companions along their way.
I'm trying not to do the old guy from Family Guy. You like popsicles?
My physicals.
And I helped Harmonious when we came across that bugbear, and that bugbear said that she could do magic. We all know bugbears can't do magic, but I helped convince the mercenaries that she could.
And that's why she doesn't have any spells prepared.
I forget my book all the time.
Also, yeah, I was going to say, full disclaimer, when Kika says she is the best, I've confirmed this on 3 occasions now, where Kika has proven to be the best. And these are documented. Anyone can watch them. They're out there in the world. Who was... so, Bodwin rescued the Harmonious the Bugbear. The leader of Hero Battalion at the time was either Lodwick or Hieronymus. Bodwin, who was the leader at the time?
I think that Lodric was the leader.
Lodwick was the leader. And Lodwick, I want you to tell me about what happened for you to lose your leadership and your feelings towards Hieronymus for replacing you. So you used to be, you're kind of a rival. You were the leader for a long time, and then they displaced you with Hieronymus. And it doesn't have to be like you necessarily did something bad. It might be Hieronymus might have some sort of lineage or heritage where he was being groomed for it. It may be that there's political reasons that you're being discriminated against. But talk a little bit about the 3 great things that you accomplished as a leader, and then what happened when you were displaced by Hieronymus.
Well, I crushed the skull of an illithid with just my trunk.
How does it feel to have your mind eaten?
Then I crushed the leader of a marauding band of half-orcs with just my trunk. And then finally, I was able to capture the horde of a red dragon by crushing its skull with my trunk. They got kind of uncomfortable with me crushing people's skull with my trunk. They said, you should try diplomacy sometimes. And I crushed that guy's skull with my trunk. They decided I shouldn't be the leader after that.
1 second. Okay, sorry. And Hieronymus, there's a few things I want you to answer. The first is... Sorry, I'm laughing about how everything got crushed by the trunk. Also, in canon, at least my head canon, you can also whisper through your trunk, even if that's not the way trunks work. You can always wrap it around someone, like whisper in their ear very quietly. Hey, how's it going over there? Just remember, in case you ever want to do trunk whispering. Hieronymus, I want you to describe... let's assume that you've been leader of Hero Battalion. This is your 3rd day as leader, and it's already like an intense crisis.
Right.
Your attitude and assessment to every other member of your team.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lodwick. It's not like I wanted to displace you or anything, but you just can't go around crushing people's skulls with your trunk. It's okay to talk to them first, you know? Now, me being a Dragonborn, people automatically assume that I'm going to attack them, so I have to put them at ease. And so diplomacy can help, but I'm not trying to tell you how to do your thing, okay?
So you're saying you'll distract them, and then I come up behind them and crush them with my trunk.
Well, if it calls for it, Yeah.
I've
That's
never
okay.
found a situation that wasn't solved by crushing.
Well, yeah. Now, now Bodwin. Wait, where the hell is Bodwin?
And I'm going to stay here and fight for this lost cause. Sorry. Mr. Pruitt goes to Washington.
I'm right here.
Oh, jeez. Well, you
called for me, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's your specialty, so you're really good. Thank you.
I don't have to do it, but I want to.
And Lodwin.
You want me to crush that one with my trunk?
No. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Kiana's Harmonious, right?
Harmonious, yeah.
Yeah, Harmonious. Sorry, I flipped that at the first. Harmonious. Now I believe that you can cast spells, and I think you're gonna do good. I hope you do good. It's not that you've never seen you cast a spell. I mean, I've only been here. It's my 3rd day, so I'm just getting to know the new people, what bathrooms to use, things like that. So anyway, I hope we do well today, and everybody give 110%. Stay within yourself.
And so, everyone gets a point of inspiration. And what we do now is, you are brought to a large command room. In the bowels of a dwarven vessel floating above Rontame. We are, I'd say about 5 minutes into the initial assault of the Neogi Death Spiders. And you know that the fate of Rontame is dependent upon a successful defense until reinforcements can arrive. You have two, what are seen as 2 leaders and 2 voices in this vessel at the moment. Captain Ironstar, who's a stout dwarf. He has a peg leg, a hook, and a really heavy eye patch that's has a gold coin right in the middle. And Ambassador Ko. Ambassador Ko is a little bitty deep gnome who is floating in a orb that has 3 crystals navigating it. And Ambassador Ko is a representative of the peace and maintaining peace amongst the people. Captain Ironstar is he's a member of the old guard and the old ways, and he has long defended the deep of wild space. There is tension abounding. There are 3 distinct problems that they've identified. The first, there's the overwhelming threat of the sudden appearance of Neogi Death Spiders, which have also been known to abduct humanoids and will use them for vile and villainous purposes. The second major obstacle to overcome is your current vessels are in very poor condition. They're probably going to need some repair to make sure that they can withstand the attack or endure the onslaught of the Neogi Death Spiders. And the third challenge to overcome, there seems to be a lot of tension, hard-headedness, hard-heartedness, and disagreements between Captain Ironstar and Ambassador Ko. So you are meeting the 4 of you with the captain and the deep gnome. They are looking in a large stone pool in the center of the vessel. So they've laid out these stones. They've filled it up with what appears to be a green liquid, and they have a great large wooden staff that they're spinning inside, trying to divine the answer. And it is then that Ambassador Ko speaks. My children, as he always refers to members of the Hero Battalion, a dire threat has approached, and we are not certain of the proper course of action, which will lead to a successful defense of Rontame. We turn to you, the Hero Battalion, to provide the answers. What say you? how can we overcome this threat? And so the table is now, or the floor is now yours. Captain Ironstar's the one who's being forced to churn the water. Yes.
Well, I have an idea.
If it involves sneaking up behind them and crushing their skulls with your trunk, that is probably the best course of action that could be taken.
I know, right? It solves everything.
I mean, they are Neogi. They deserve to have their skulls crushed by trunks or anything else that we can find.
We're in agreement. Crush their skulls.
How do you intend to board the Death Spider vessels?
Well, you got catapults on this ship, don't you?
Yes, we do. We have 3, but only one is operational. It's towards the rear of the vessel.
Are you saying you should catapult me over there, and I'll crush their engines with my trunk?
Well, I mean, I was thinking maybe we could all catapult over there and crush them all. I mean, what's the layout here? What's the layout here, Ambassador? I mean, is it just us? What are the numbers?
You are, in fact, the Hero Battalion. We have, but 4 aides. The 3 retainers come up. Their names are Chaucer, Poe, and Shakespeare. And they are 3 halflings. And they are Lodwig's retainers. And they all have, like, trunks that they carry on the end of sticks. And they call them their skull crushers. We're ready! We're ready to be catapulted! Yeah! Catapult us over there to those death spiders! Yeah, we'll get over there. We'll gnaw their kneecaps. Yeah! And then there's one other, just full plate. The plate looks worn, rusted. This gentleman looks like a combination of Sir Lancelot and Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. Very odd helmet, and he is dragging a large, rusty greatsword with one hand. And that there is Ox. He salutes. So you have Chaucer, Poe, Shakespeare, and Ox.
Well, we'll be sure to put them to use.
Give us commands! Ambassador Ko speaks up. Cannot there be a peaceful resolution to this problem? Could they not be reasoned with, the Neogi?
Have you ever seen a Neogi? You ever had one try to enslave you? Take your whole circle away? I have.
Young man.
Killed them all off. I couldn't save my matrons.
Young man, I escaped from the Neogi slave vessels many years ago. I am familiar. However, I believe all sentient creatures can be reasoned with. Captain Ironstar goes, "This is baloney!" And he stops churning the water and just kind of drops his stamp. He goes, "We need a decisive and deliberate, swift attack. And we need to start catapulting halflings over there ASAP."
Well, I mean, what's the tactical situation? How many ships do they have? How many do we have?
They have 4 ships that we know of. There might be a 5th.
And what do we got on our side?
Well, our vessel and 2 FTLs.
Oh boy. They're not going to be up to snuff for much.
No, and our ship is badly damaged.
Yeah? Well, I mean, something tells me if we can take out one of those ships, at least it evens the odds, doesn't it?
What does the rest of the party think?
Well, I would say that if we don't fix our own ship first, we can't escape if a diplomatic attempt goes south. And we can't fight them with our ship in the condition it's in either. That said, I do like murdering.
Well, that's a tad unsettling. I'll have to say it's such a slow measure.
Oh yes, very slow. I like
Cap-
to take my time.
I like this one.
Captain Ironstar says, "Why don't we just turn off all the lights, float like a dead vessel, let them board, and slay them one by one?"
Well, that's not a half bad idea.
Kiana kind of looks around. So
You let half of them board, and then you take off with half their crew, so they can't even man their own ship.
And then we turn them into slaves. Yes.
Well, no.
Tables turn upon them instead.
The First Turnian League is quite clear on slavery. It is not allowed.
we will drive them before us, says Ox as he
We'll
raises his
turn them into interns.
Well, that's at least a little better. It's a better word, but
Well, I mean, most Neogi, I don't think would just go along with that. I think they tried to, kill us first.
After we crush enough of their skulls, they'll eventually get the message.
That may have to be all of them.
No complaints here.
We're gonna manually override their brains.
I really like you.
So here's my question. So here's what I'd like as a party, and you can speak as players or characters. I love both very much. I'd like a detailed plan. Essentially, this is your adventure Gantt chart. What you want to tackle first, or you have 4 extra hands. You might dispatch them to try to do something. And essentially go down the line of your priorities. And those are the scenes we'll play out in that order. And depending on the order, it might have different impacts.
I think we should try to fix anything that needs fixing before the battle ensues.
That's probably a good idea. My magic can't, fix things, but maybe I can figure things out. I'm smart.
I'm sure you are.
I want to see if I can determine from memory, or with even some groupthink about whether or not it is possible to reason with Neogi death spiders. Or is there precedent for it? Is probably a better question.
So go ahead, and here's how it's going to work. You can make a history check with advantage, because there's a lot of you there. And if you roll a 15 or higher, we will share, essentially, some paragraphs from Volo's Guide to Monster where you have Neogi stats. And then you, as a group, can make decision. But you got to roll a 15 or higher.
Okay. Well, I did not. I have lucky. I don't know if it's worth spending on this. Oh gosh. I didn't. I rolled a 9. So.
Okay. So here's what you know with the. You know that they are. You know that they're slavers, and as slavers, you know that they are evil creatures, and but you do know they are lawful.
Okay.
That's about all you know. You know primarily their disposition are lawful, evil, slavers.
Okay. All right, thank you.
My character is raising her hand.
Yes.
We could sell them the turtle, and then the turtle could murder them in their sleep.
There's really no such thing as bad idea. But this is a shell of a bad idea.
We're just brainstorming here.
Okay. We'll workshop it. Trying out some new material.
Yeah. Before you put it in the Type 5, yeah.
Oh, no.
So, and here's essentially, so as a group, let's part this out. So one of you should kind of be the note taker. Your goal essentially is to outlast the eventual Neogi onslaught. They will board your ships and attempt to either murder you or take you as slaves. They will use a variety of magic spells to do this, and some of these Neogi are quite dangerous to deal with as a group. On the flip side, you're going to have to figure out how long it takes to delay them, and I'm going to start essentially a 2-minute counter where you as a group, as players, can kind of articulate your plan now. So I'm going to start the clock, and then since Lodwick is the leader, Lodwick has final say. So if we can't come to an agreement about what we want to do, Lodwick has final say. However, I'd like you as players to decide what you want to do. It's just if there's a tie, Kika's vote can count for 2. Yes.
I'm not the leader.
Yeah, I thought you said that I was...
We have a new leader! That's right, you were displaced!
Yeah.
Ha!
Because I
Hieronymus vote
But
counts
it
for
didn't
2.
stop her from
One
crushing
too many
skulls.
skulls. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I apologize. I just got all that skull crushing. I was like, this is a leader I could get behind.
Captain Skull Crush.
A lot of people got behind
Leader
it
that'll
for a
get you
long
ahead.
time.
Yeah, because if
So-
you get in front, you get your head crushed.
So I'm going to start a clock, and then after the 2 minutes, we'll begin executing the plan, because the Neogi Death Spiders are starting to close in. We can see them right now. They're kind of at like a far away, distant range, but they're coming into view.
Okay. So we don't have a lot of weapons, just like the one catapult. Anything else we have?
You have 2 broken catapults.
Oh yeah, we have 2 broken catapults and 1 working one.
You could also try to ram or shear, if possible.
Yeah, but I don't know how much our ship can take. Straight up ramming.
Well, it's what these dwarven vessels are built for, ramming. I mean, but it should be probably a last-ditch effort.
Yeah. So I don't actually know too much about Spelljammer myself, but I know a little bit about ship warfare in general. And ramming the ship and basically tanking it and then just taking theirs was a viable tactic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and y'all would know, like, these dwarven ships, that's what they're built for. They're sturdy. They're meant to just like hit them usually, and then they try to take it. But like I said, this ship is in a bit of disrepair, so that might render it.
So we would have to dedicate to getting onto that ship.
Yeah, and taking
Right.
theirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if we do this? See if we can fix these catapults, and we take the retainers and try to go on one ship, and we get the dwarven ship to ram another one. Hopefully we can tie up one ship. The dwarven ship injures another one, and then the FTL boys, they got to hold their own. 2 on 2.
I'm hesitant to split like that.
That's understandable. It's a risk,
It is a risk.
but we are brainstorming.
We are.
So
There's
what do we got?
Yes.
Ideation. Okay. Okay. So yeah, if we don't board them first and they catch up to us, they will board us.
Oh,
So-
it's definite. It's what they do.
So basically, it's just, do we want to let them come to us, or are we going to get to them first?
So I'm going to hold you there. I can give you another 30 seconds if each of you spend a hit die.
Ooh.
Oh.
Big guns.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
What does Hieronymus say?
What level
This is Captain Ironstar's like, we must take action now, and Ambassador Ko is essentially saying, let them talk it out. We don't want to rush too hasty.
Yeah, I'll spend the hit die. I'm more or less, I've said what I was going to, so.
Okay. So,
Hey, Ludwig, what do you
Renee.
say?
Main character Lodwick is fine with taking action now. I don't really have much ideas because I've not played much Spelljammer, so I'm a little lost tactically.
Okay.
So 30 seconds up. So here's what it sounds like the plan, and it's a risk. So we'll let Hieronymus make the decision. He's been advised against splitting up. However, Captain Ironstar does point out the goal is to delay, not to defeat. There will be other reinforcements. So the current plan, it sounds like, is catapult and take one, ram and take out another, and hope those FTL boys can lead the other Death Spiders on a merry dance.
Well, what if we do this? Let's take this advice into consideration. What if we just ram one ship and try to take it? So we're not splitting up. It does leave us susceptible to being outnumbered or outmaneuvered, though. We can try to fix the catapults right quick to guard our flank.
We do still have the one catapult.
And it is
We
in the
still have
rear on the
one.
flank.
If we still have reinforcements coming and we're only trying to delay and not defeat, then taking two makes more sense. The casualty rate will be a lot higher, but
That's true.
yeah. Ultimately, it will fall to you.
Well, what do you say, Bodwin? I'm a leader that likes to listen to his troops.
Well, shucks.
I'm a sneak on over there.
Yeah. Let's.
And this is also a Dragonborn that's leading that has his entire life been told what to do by his circle. So,
Goodness, making decisions is hard. I like sticking together.
okay, so then let's try to fix as many of the catapults as we can to guard our flank, and then work on a kind of either maybe we don't ram, we shear some of the legs and then board, so we don't. It's less likely that we damage our ship. But yeah, we initiate the boarding action and take the fight to them.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And also, like, not splitting up will allow us to do things like fix the catapults.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we'll do.
And if we need to, we have other crew that we can send over there.
You have Ox, Chaucer, Poe, and Shakespeare.
Yeah, we can catapult them onto another ship that tries to
That's
fly.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
Fire the halflings.
Fire the half.
Load us up in
catapults 1, 2, and 3 with halflings.
drink potions of force field, cast scrolls while in midair, launching.
So we're gonna catapult.
You launch them, they all use their levitation scrolls midair and just stop.
Nice.
Fake out.
So does anybody have mending or like tool, like any kind of crafting that could help with the catapult repair right quick?
Let's check our sheets that we got 20 minutes ago.
And here's also what I'll say. Each of you are going to have an adventuring kit with 3 uses. So you can conjure something out of air 3 times, but that's it. And the type of things you can conjure up are mundane tools. If you're not trained in doing this, you've worked on the ship long enough that you know how to essentially every job along the way. You just might not be proficient at it, but you can definitely attempt, and you would have tools, supplies, D&D Bondo.
Yeah.
Spackle.
D and duct tape.
D and duct tape.
Duct tape. I can help whoever is.
Yeah, I would say Hieronymus can help as well. I mean, he does have the sailor background, so I don't have specific smithing tool proficiency, but knowing how things work on a ship, I'm sure he's helped repair catapults.
You absolutely have.
And so, I mean, yeah, he could maybe grant the help action to someone else whoever the ship's carpenter is, or whatever.
Yeah, you. In fact, in this situation, it's going to be Chaucer. So, I'd like you to make the roll, though.
Okay.
Then I'll add modifiers.
DC
DC
so that's
12
with advantage. That's going to be a 16 on the die.
Good. So he's going to be able to get it ready a round faster than it would normally take. So it's probably going to take him 3 rounds before the second catapult is ready. You essentially
steady hand there.
And the way it worked is, here's how I see it in the fiction of the world. He ran up to the catapult. He was like, okay, this is exactly what's wrong with it. I need you to go below deck, and I need you to bring me this, this, and this. You went down, you got him the tools, and then you fetched it. And he'll be working on it. So 3 rounds after essentially the collision, right? We've decided that we're just going to ram a spider.
We're going to try to shear it. See if we can bring it in for a little Ed Sheeran. No?
Okay, that works.
Sorry, I apologize for that.
Any other prep before you shear?
I'm gonna go into hiding.
And I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Assume you cast Mage Armor earlier. As soon as you hear you're going into battle, it lasts long enough that you're just like, ha! Ready to go.
What about bark skin?
That's fair, if you want to. And with that, the Dwarven Basilisk class ship and the Nyogi Death Spider are approaching. They will come within contact of each other in 2 rounds. What do you do? Brace yourself, or prepare to launch, prepare to board?
Hieronymus is going to be ready to board from where he is, but he's going to go and have his bow out. So 1 round, he's going to fire a couple of arrows off just because, trying to hit the deck behind the bridge of the ship.
There's commotion. There's definitely, you can see forms, silhouettes. They're moving about.
Okay. I shit you not. I rolled a 20. Just
crit.
So one of those arrows found its mark.
Yeah, fine. Roll damage.
Okay. Oh, there. So that's going to be 6 and 6. So that's 12, 14 damage.
Yeah, you hit, and you hear loud shrieks, and they are getting very upset. With that, you see, coming from almost diagonally, a rainbow bridge crossed from the Nyogi vessel onto yours. What do we do? What do we do, our leader? Says Chaucer.
Well, you're going to shoot anything that tries to cross that bridge is what you're going to do.
Okay. The Nyogi vessel seems to be attempting to move in reverse now and maintain a distance. They don't want to get sheared. One of you can attempt to overtake and cut them off and make sure you bop them. Is that what you want to do? Ram them, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be someone other than the archer. So is it going to be Bodwin, Lodwick, or Hieronymus? Harmanus.
Bodwin is currently in hiding, a pair of eyes in the shadows, just waiting to jump onto the vessel once they pass.
Anytime anyone says Bodwin, just a pair of eyes open in front of them. It kind of like Cheshire Cats into place.
And then close again.
Yes. So who's going to attempt the piloting maneuver? Or you could ask Captain Ironstar to do it. He's pretty upset, though, because he's been... Ambassador Ko just keeps hovering by him in his little floating orb, being like, we could come to a peaceful resolution. Blood does not have to be shed. Then they hear the Nyogi screams, and they're just like, it is already too late.
He's like Elroy Jetson, the Killjoy.
Yeah, Harmanus will give it a shot.
All right, so this is a real fancy maneuver. I want you to kind of sleight of hand it, or performance, if you want to impress your captain. If you impress your captain, you will be able to make your next attack with advantage. If you do not, you'll make your next attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's try that. Let's do it, because Harmanus is not good at charisma. That's still a 17.
That's good. Yeah, you're able to pinpoint, and there is a massive increase in speed, despite the disrepair of the ship, and your engines kind of buckle, fire on hard, and you begin to jam that spell right into the Nyogi Death Spider. The Rainbow Bridge, as you collide and start shearing, disappears. You can tell it was some sort of illusion trick. They were trying to lure you onto an illusion bridge to lead you to your death.
I almost fell for that one.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would. That's my favorite.
I was gonna
would have fallen.
I would have figured a way to cross it.
Well, I mean, you would have floated at least to the.
Yeah, you get caught. You get caught in the air, and that was
gravity. Yeah.
Yeah. Get sucked down into Rontomate. No.
Nom nom nom.
And with that, you are now in firing range again. Anyone that wants to make a distance attack, by all means.
I'm not. I'm gonna get my shield and rapier ready and brace myself because I figure we're about to hit. So I just want to make sure I'm ready for that in the boarding action.
Awesome. I would like to loose an arrow from my short bow.
All right. You may fire when ready. At advantage because you are hidden and they cannot see you.
Thank
hear
you. Oh, well. Let's see here. Just got to do the math in my head real quick. It's not bad at all. 15.
15 is going to be just enough to hit. Roll damage.
Yes. Yay! Come here, sneak attack dice. Oh, God. Oh my God, why? 8 damage. It's with sneak attack.
All right. So yes, 8 piercing damage is pretty good. You hear another shriek from the other side. Now, you're a rogue, right? Did you do sneak attack damage?
I did. That was with the sneak attack. Oh, and then I get another 2 damage, so it should be 10 with my modifier.
That's a bit better.
Yeah, just a little bit. I rolled 2 1s, and the rest were not great.
So, Lodwick, you are now in range to board the other vessel and crush heads with your trunk if you'd like, or you're free to attack from range. What would you like to do? You see about 5 or 6 smaller Nyogi kind of skittering about. One has been just recently shot by a bolt or an arrow. I'm curious as to what your course of action is.
I'm gonna Hunter's Mark that guy and try to get him.
I'm gonna get you. Jump over it. What are you going to try to get him with? Hunter's Mark goes off.
Yeah, I'm using my Hunter's Mark. I'm gonna get him with my long bow. Just take out my massive, giant recurve bow and put in basically a tree trunk of an arrow.
I was gonna say, yeah, you string between your 2 tusks and just pull back and let it go. Boing! All right, so that you do. Make an attack.
So that's a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits, Kika. Please roll damage.
Okay, let's see. 1d8 plus Hunter's Mark damage plus my modifier. Okay. So that is, plus my modifier is 11 damage.
All right, 11 damage. So that is a good chunk of damage. The Nyogi screams out, cries, and is trying to board the vessel. The Nyogi seem to be lining up along the edge, and you see a huge stone launch from their vessel and land on your deck. It's just a stone cube. It is kind of an ethereal light is coming off. I assume that Lodwick gave the rousing speech there, Pruitt. Prior is like, I want you all to grab them with your trunks and crush their skulls. So you all can have the temporary hit point, but we'll also roleplay out kind of the speech. You could hear the speech. If this was a movie, they'd be playing it dramatically, voiceover over the combat. But it happened in the past. But this massive stone, it's glowing with an ethereal blue light. It seems to be rumbling and pulsating, but it's just sitting there in the middle of your deck. You've never seen anything quite like it before. What do you do?
I want to throw it back to
my headphones are dying.
Yeah, let's return to Cinder.
Yeah, what do I have to roll to lift this thing and throw it back at them?
It would be an athletics check.
My hands.
The difficulty is a 26.
Whew.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Now, you could think of some ways to make it easier to lift. You have other people in hand, so there's ways we could lower it by adding more bodies.
I pull a pulley system out of my bag.
The pulley is one of the items on the inventory list.
Yeah, you could, but even just getting rope and having the halflings run a rope around and you all drag and pull, you might be able to.
Yeah, start yelling for Ox and whoever else on deck that looks like they have a strong back.
Ox and Chaucer.
Yeah, Ox and Chaucer, and I'll get in there. Hieronymus isn't that strong, but he'll put his back into it.
So you all run over there, and you all start moving it. And it's sliding, but it's slow. It's going to take probably 3 rounds before you get it over to the catapult. The Nyogi that are sitting on the walls, essentially, one of their eyes meets Lodwick's eyes. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
18.
You are not enslaved by the Nyogi.
I give the Nyogi a seductive wink.
The Nyogi's heart flutters and its stomach sinks. and it begins to hear Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty in its head. And with that, that was the only, the rest of you well, you're all essentially dragging. I like that too. It's like you look over the Nyogi, try to enslave you, and you just wink at them and keep dragging.
Yeah.
So, the Nyogi are, 4 of them jump over and board onto your vessel. And these are smaller, spiderly-legged guys. They are crawling over towards where Harmonious is operating the ship. Do you want to abandon dragging the stone to go defend Harmonious, or do you want to keep dragging the stone? Yes, Bodwin.
Can I cut down one of these masts on top of them? Not the sheet.
You're gonna cut a mast on top of them?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the sheet down and let it drop on them.
The sail.
Yeah, the sail.
I don't know if the dwarven ship actually has a sail.
Oh, fair.
They don't.
Oh no!
But that would have been
right. I guess I'll just drop my whole body on them then.
You pull a mast out of it. Yes.
I'll just do the other thing.
Try to trip them with one of the
make
poles
a straight attack roll. Just a
sure.
straight.
I see them coming over, and then I use my action just to do the thing where I go into my shell.
Yeah.
Just drop off like it's a watermelon dive.
Yes.
Okay.
The shell slides across him. Boop, bloop, bloop.
It's just a shell game,
Koopa's it.
Just this shit.
Straight attack roll will be it's 14 on the die. If it's dex.
Yeah, I assume you're going to get some form of bonus, and that's enough. It's armor class 15. So for your damage, how heavy are you?
Oh, I'm
500 pounds, something like
just
that.
Just about, yeah, probably somewhere along those lines.
You squish him.
Yes.
And he's just flattened out. His juices. However, you are now seen by 3 Nyogi that were coming over. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
Okay. All right. I will do that. I'm lucky, and I don't like this 6 that I just rolled.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
Good number.
I got an 18.
Okay, you are not enslaved by the Nyogi.
I'm going to pretend that I am.
However, the other 2 Nyogi are going to attempt to attack you.
Okay.
So, armor class 15 and armor class 7.
For me. Yeah.
Okay. So, neither hit. And alas, now we come back around to Hieronymus, Lodwick, and Dub Boys. So, yes.
For purposes of dragging, I need to point out that that's one of my racial traits. I have powerful build, which means I count as one size larger when
That's good.
Push, drag, carry capacity stuff.
Okay. So what happens is this round, you get the giant stone over to the catapult, and you're going to be able to load it on next round instead of a little later. However, Harmonious, I'm curious what you do. There's a pair of Nyogi down below. They are surrounding your turtle friend. You're currently riding up alongside the Death Spider.
I know magic. And I pull out this tiny book for bugbear hands. Probably all clawed up too. Flip it open, and I'm gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on one of these fucking Nyogi.
All right, so describe how that looks.
So as they still have basically they still have one hand on the steering wheel and holding the book there and flipping through. And then when they when she finds it, it's kind of goes, casts a and goes into a pouch and pulls out a tiny little clay hand and just throws it at one of the Nyogi, and a giant hand comes somewhere from Earth out of the ship and just latches on to the Nyogi.
Got it. So
they must make a strength saving throw.
Okay. So since these guys are small, I'm gonna say that you've put it. If this was 5-foot squares, you can put it on the point between 2 5-foot squares, and so it hits 2 creatures.
Okay.
That seems fair. Strength saving throw. So the Nyogi are weak. All right. So I got a 12 and a 15.
The 15 does save, not the 14.
All right. So the 12. What happens to them? Are they restrained? Let me double check.
Yeah, they are now restrained and they take damage. 2d6. So they
Roll that
take
damage.
8 points of damage as they get.
8 points of damage. His buggy juices are starting to spit out of his mouth. And with...
I call out down. See? I know magic.
Well, what a crazy coincidence that was.
The massive stone that you're dragging erupts and cracks. And a large gargoyle covered in glowing runes erupts from it and flies up into the air.
I want to grab that gargoyle.
It's his
Can I
turn.
get an attack of opportunity if it's moving out of my threat range?
Well, first it's going to punch you in your face. So
Bring it.
This is dramatic. So essentially, it breaks. It's flying up, and it's going to begin to do its attacks. So let me do a quick roll. What is your armor class?
16. I would like to flavor it. If it doesn't beat my armor class, I punch its punches.
Yes, I love it. It's very Dragon Ballish. So I've got to reboot my die roller. Because my actual die are in my backpack. That'll teach me to play games with real people. I mean, in person. So 18
Yeah, that'll hit.
and a 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, so hit you for 22 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then he whips around with a talon on its toes. So let me see if the talons hit. It does not, just 9. And with
I
that,
punch its talon.
yeah, he's willing to be surrounded by all of you right there. And now it's going to go Lodwick, Hieronymus, and then your peoples.
I want to grapple it and put it in the catapult.
All right. So let's go ahead and do opposed athletics checks.
Do I count as one size larger?
He's a large creature,
Okay.
so
I got a 22.
all right. Let me. He has a 25. Hurrah! So you go and he like underhooks you and like spins around and takes your back and kind of holds you around the waist and then kind of leans his head on you like delicately and he's like, "This takes me back to high school." And let's go.
Okay, Kavanaugh.
I like beers. I drink beers with lots of elephant luxitons and squee and PJ. We lifted. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's been a rough week, but let's not go there.
Talk through my trunk to try to like get its attention somewhere else. So I use my mouth to tell Ox to stab him in the back.
Hold on, I want Ox to swing. Yeah, Ox freaking hits him. And Ox drops his greatsword and pulls out a tiny dagger and hits. And you notice when the dagger hits, though, the blade flashes and glows a bright, like almost radioactive green, in a dark necrotic mist starts to wrap around the gargoyle's body. And he's like, "Magic creature." And alas, it is Hieronymus's turn. Although, Lodwick, if you want to make an attack, you can. I think grappling is one of your attacks, and then you can take a second attack.
Yeah.
You grapple again. Oh, no, you don't. What did you get?
I dropped my dice on the floor by accident.
Okay. You were overly excited.
Yeah, I was. Say I pull out like one of my short swords, twist around, and try to stab him in the gut. And that is a 23 to hit.
A 23 definitely hits. Now, he is a gargoyle.
Okay.
What did you hit him with?
My short sword.
Okay. So how much damage?
12?
All right, 12 points of damage. And you feel it is less effective than as you kind of hit, and it just sort of bounces off his metal or his stone. But you do notice the runes inscribed on its chest. What languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, and Gith.
Okay. You make out that the runes on its chest are in Gith. And it says, I have 88 keys, but none will open any doors. What am I?
And I just say, piano?
The runes light up. And he goes, hi, boss.
Go kill those guys.
And he's flies over to the other side. Hieronymus, the catapults are fixed now. And Chaucer, Poe, and Shakespeare are over there. They go, all right, we got 2 catapults ready to go. What do we do? And you notice the other FTL ships are doing pretty well. There is a larger Neogi that's kind of appearing on the horizon. Alas, what is your call?
But we don't have another ship that's trying to flank us right now.
Not yet. No, they're all pretty busy.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell the retainers to keep the catapults ready to go to guard our flank. And I think we should go take the fight to these guys now that we have a powerful ally. So yeah, Hieronymus is basically just going to be like, "Well done, Lodwick. That's capital thinking. You should lead a group or something." And then he'll pull his rapier out and like start making his way towards the Neogi vessel.
He can make it over to the other side, not too difficult, if he'd like. Over there, there's like four little Neogi, kind of scurrying about. They look like they want to jump over onto your side and board your side, but the larger one in the back is like, "You fools! Guard our precious cargo! Why is he coming back?" He also shouts out.
And yeah, Hieronymus is basically just going to be kind of following in the wake of the gargoyle, and he's going to jump and land. And why not for a little flourish? Is there a group of those 4? Are they all kind of clustered together?
Yeah, they're a nice little cluster. They're all within 20 feet at least.
I'm just going to run and do a nice flying, awesome athletic leap. And just as I'm coming down, just breathe fire on them, and then just kind of land right next to them.
Absolutely. So is that a dex save?
Yeah, I need a dex save, DC 13.
I rolled a 1. Double damage this, because I know that's not the way the mechanics work, but why not? I rolled a 1.
Okay, I rolled 8 damage, so that's 16 damage.
They are mostly dead. They're bloodied pretty badly. Cutting over to Bodwin.
Have at thee, villains!
Yeah. I'm sitting in the juices of one. That came out weirder than I thought.
Oh my.
And then the other 2 are grappled. Are there any more around me right now?
No, there's only the 2.
Oh, okay.
Can you describe these juices first?
Well, they're bug juices. Nyogi Death Spider juices, to be precise. I'm going to... let's just go over take cover, because I can do that as a rogue with a bonus action, and then I'm just gonna start lobbing arrows at whoever I can see on the other ship.
Okay. You notice the other ship outside of the larger Nyogi who's within range. It would be a difficult shot with a short bow. You could always run over to the other side, dash, and board and shoot. But you notice, based on your passive perception, coming up behind you, you see the silhouettes of Nyogi climbing up from underneath, almost as if they went down the far end of their ship, ran all the way underneath, and then are coming up the backside of yours.
Oh, I'm gonna head them off. No subtlety about it either. I step heavily, just thump, thump, thump.
I'm surprisingly swift. Yeah. On the, you do notice Poe, who is manning a catapult. There is an incoming death spider coming in the distance, and he launches, ammunition, essentially a barrage, an opening salvo at the approaching death spider. He's like, "We've got more incoming, more incoming." And with that, Bodwin, it's still your turn.
All right. I'm going to dash to the far side of the ship and lean over and try to pick one off.
All right. Make an attack roll.
We'll do so.
Unless you're just trying to shove him off and he goes floating away.
Oh, that's funnier. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to shove him off.
Good old-fashioned Grand Ellis shove tactics.
Yeah, and say, "I shall not forget you." He goes away.
All right. What do you get?
Let's see. I got a 17, and then I don't have a strength modifier, so it's just going to be 17, I think.
Well, they have penalties to their strength. I rolled a nat 20, though.
Ah, nuts.
You rolled the negative modifier. So as you push, they're like... kind of expertly dodges his head, and then kind of like Ka from the Jungle Book looks at you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I got a not natural 20.
You're good, though.
Yes.
Dirty 20 will work. And let me just dirty 20. Let me double check just to make sure, because I know some creatures, if you succeed on a charm from their type, you're immune to it for the rest of the day.
Grant, that's how I've been playing it, just so you know.
Yeah, this doesn't say that. Normally it's pretty explicit when it does, but it's important to know so we're not constantly trying to charm you.
It's okay. I enjoy the attention.
Harmonious.
Just the effort is enough.
Send me flowers next time.
It's great. Marcy and Prude in the same game. All right, wizard. Are you muted, Kiana?
Yes, fuck.
Pro stream?
It's an official stream now.
Yeah. Did the guy that's in my hand needs to make another save?
He fails. I did not roll high at all. I rolled a 3.
Oh, goody.
-2. That's a 1.
Takes 11 points of
Hey!
damage.
You just popped a Nyogi! How dare you?
Once.
I am Fortune's fool.
Do I
bonus
still have to
action?
keep steering this ship?
No, you mostly just went up there, and when in doubt, Captain Ironstar, who's standing by kind of in a funk with little Mr. Man being like, "So much bloodshed. Is there any reason for this? Please. Speak peace with them. Treat with them.
All right, I'm gonna mosey over to where Bodwin is hanging out. My good friend who believed in my magic when nobody else did.
And I still do, unequivocally. But just to let you know, I am proud, even if you can't do magic.
But I can.
I know. I believe you intrinsically.
My goodness.
I believe you.
And with that, let's do Hieronymus, then Lodwick, and then it'll be Nyogi. So, Hieronymus, you've crossed over onto the other ship. You see that there is, in fact, and Shakespeare has come along with you. The Gargoyle was flying down towards the Nyogi on the other side, the larger one, and you just heard a large cry, "Sponge!" The Gargoyle stops, turns around, and starts flying back towards you guys.
Okay.
This is my favorite gargoyle.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Did I hear what Ludwig said on the other side before? I mean, Ludwig just said piano out loud, right?
You know the word piano. However, the Nyogi shouted sponge, and it turned around. Give me kind of a good grasp for about how far you can see in the awkward light.
Oh, I mean,
What are you?
Visibility here. I'm on the deck of the Nyogi Death Spider. So
You're close enough. All right, so you can see that the writing on its chest has changed, and it's glowing, so it's not like it's in the dark or anything like that.
Okay.
And in fact, the writing on its chest has changed, and now says, "I'm full of letters, but I sin none. Put me together one way, you'll laugh and smile. Put me together another way, you'll cry like a child."
Is that in a language I can actually read? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd say, you see gibberish.
Yeah. I know this. Damn it. Well, I can't think of it, and I'm going to continue to attack these Nyogi in front of me.
All right.
So that there are 4 of them?
Yes, and they are all badly wounded.
Okay. I am going to use a bonus action for my fighting spirit, and give myself advantage on these attacks.
You're a samurai.
I am a samurai. I'm honorable that way. Okay, so that's a 15. That's a 20 to hit on the first attack.
Totally hits.
20 for 8 damage. Second attack is even more to hit. And that's going to be for 12 more damage.
Gone. And I'm going to use kind of like the cleave variant where you've crossed over onto the other as well. And you have slain 2. There's only 2 Nyogi left.
Yeah, screw it. I'm going to just caught up in the battle. I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay.
Because why not? So that's going to be a 19. Well, a 19 on the die, so that's a hit.
Yep.
Come on, not one crit. 4 attacks with advantage. Damn good damage dice though. So on the second, on the third attack, that's going to be another 12 damage to hit, or 12 damage, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10 more.
Kind of like a samurai. The way I kind of see this is, and you like cyclone, almost like Juggernaut from Dota 2, Kika. So you just come spinning in and you cut down the Nyogis.
Yeah. As their blood is sprayed across the deck.
Yeah, they're Nyogi juices, as I describe them.
But I will yell out, the riddle's changed! It's coming back! And just kind of like give a heads up.
So it's going to be Lodwig's turn. That gargoyle is swooping in. It will collide with Hieronymus immediately after Lodwig's turn.
Do I see what it says?
You are a little too far away.
Well, do I see like the person that seems to be leading that ship?
They are far away from you, but you do see them. They're roughly 120 feet from you.
Well, do you want to know how far the range is for my longbow?
It's very far.
Yes. I whip out my longbow, I mark that guy, and I shoot off 2 arrows at him.
All right. Pew, pew. Fire away.
We got a 21 and
21 definitely hits.
a 24.
24 definitely hits too. Damage up.
8 from one and 9 from the other.
All right. So
And then
that's good.
I turn to that Yogi that I winked at before and wink at him again.
It's you notice it doesn't wink back because Pruitt has popped him.
Oh.
Did you just see its dead eyes? Oh, that's sad.
That is sad.
Ray's dead. Come on.
Oh.
With your trunk.
Yep.
The final goodbye. Gargoyle incoming, and it is colliding with Mr. Jonathan Pruitt's character, Hieronymus.
Oh my!
Yes. First, he attacks with his Talon. Armor class 19.
AC's 20.
All right, so that one does not hit. And then its other two attacks. Cha-cha and cha-cha. So, all right, let me make sure I get damage right. 22 and 26, so that'd be 22 points of damage total.
Okay.
Ting, ting, and it hits in you hard. You know, this is like a massive gargoyle. It's ancient in design, unlike any you've ever seen.
Alrighty. So that's 17. Alrighty.
And, okay, yeah. Go ahead and make a intelligence history check to see if you get a hint on that riddle.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just make a straight roll here. You know what? I'm feeling a fit of inspiration.
Go for it.
And I'm glad I did. I got a 16 on the die. No bonus.
You know that this riddle has to deal with language.
Mm-hmm.
I'm full of letters, but I send none. Put me together one way, you'll laugh and smile. Put me together another way, you'll cry like a child. You know it has to deal with language. It is well within range of Ludwig now. And Bodwin, it is now your turn. Actually, no, it's the Nyogi Master's turn.
Come on.
Looks over, and it's going to cast.
I wave.
Yes. So around you, and some of the others, Hunger of Hadar is cast. Ooh, so the void opens around you. Ice and death, essentially. You hear whispers and slurps coming into your ears. Just, oh, it's a monk. And the void shall devour. And alas, so
I gotta save, right?
not till your next turn, but you are blind while you're in there, so you can't just say, I step out of it. You have no idea how large it is or which direction is out of it. We'll roll a die to see if you can discern and then get out. But you'll make a dex save on your next turn if you... Yes. So, Bodwin.
Yes.
It's your turn.
Awesome. Oh, that sound of the void is really terrifying. As I take out a dagger and just poke the guy in front of me with it.
Oh, your attack. That reminds me, Ox has come over to fight alongside you, Hieronymus.
Awesome.
And he has his little dagger, and he, Hieronymus, so he has his little magic dagger that he's swinging at that gargoyle.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
Dagger time. I got a not natural 20.
20 definitely hits.
Yay! I don't think I have sneak attack damage. So I just do 4 points of damage.
Ouch! My soft pieces! Yes. That is what you do. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to take?
Good question.
Do you want to still stay up there with 4 little Nyogi surrounding you, or do you want to get away from
them? I probably should disengage, and I'm going to get a little closer to my bugbear friend.
Yeah, okay, you're making it up to a higher level. And those little Nyogis are chasing, and they're kind of trying to climb up the wall. And we'll cut over to Harmonus's turn.
I'm gonna pick out one of those Nyogi that's following my turtle friend, and I'm gonna firebolt it.
By all means.
That is a 24.
You hit.
Okay.
Don't forget you're level 5, so it does more damage.
Yep. That is a total of 8 points of damage.
Describe how you kill the Nyogi.
Again, a flurry of tiny pages. As they point. Idle magic, leave my friend alone!
A small mote, fiery mote, moves, slow as the dickens. The Nyogi catches it in its mouth and its head burns away. It thought it was candy.
Oh, no.
All right. Do you have any bonus actions or other moves you'd like to do, Kiana? Captain Ironstar's like, I'll take the vessel. I'll take it. Take out the big one. Save those they've captured. I'm sure they have.
Cool. Bonus actions. I am... Oh, I can't do much. Oh, I can... Nope, I can't do that because the spell is too high of a level. Yeah, I'm gonna move forward to kind of meet Bodwin. Meet halfway.
With that, yeah, you meet halfway.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you stop and then embrace as friends.
My mama always taught us that we should stay together.
Aw, Tardus. No. No. Hieronymus' turn. So there's a gargoyle up in your face. Has a riddle on its chest.
God, I hate it. I'm usually better at these.
I know.
It's not mouth, is it?
No, it's not. Go ahead and do your action because you're up there.
I'm going to use my fighting spirit again as a bonus action because this thing's right in my face. And I'm going to attack it twice.
Alrighty.
So that's a 23 to hit.
Hits.
And 15 and 5 is 20.
Alright. That also hits.
Okay. So 2 Max and minimum damage. So that's 12 and 5 damage.
All right. That's a good. You're striking it, and you feel that it's just very hard to do damage, and you're chipping away. Ox reaches up, strikes again with his dagger, lands solid, and the gargoyle just takes its fists and you can hear the sound of Ox's neck snap on the second blow. And as he's falling backwards, the gargoyle gives him a big boot, and Ox falls to the ground slain. The gargoyle turns its attention back to you. Lodwick's turn.
Ox!
Oh, Lodwick, make a dex. Actually, no. You starting, you don't get a save, and then you get a save. So go ahead and make a dex save.
If starting, I don't get a save. Wouldn't I get a save when the spell's cast?
No. When your turn starts, and if you end your turn in it, it does not say when the spell is cast. So let's double check, though, just to make sure. So any creature that starts takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends must succeed a dexterity saving throw. So when it was cast, you did not begin your turn there. It's kind of an in-between state. It's kind of like Cloud Kill in that regards.
Yeah.
So let's roll the 2d6 cold damage. And if you stay in there, essentially it's acid damage you end up taking. So 4 points of cold damage.
I'm gonna get out.
So go ahead and roll a d20. And just tell me the result. You're going to get out, but this will determine the direction that you end up running in.
15.
You run out, and you've actually run closer to the gargoyle. Do you know the answer to its riddle?
I didn't see the riddle.
You're close enough to read it. You can read it from, like, 100 feet away.
Can you repeat it for me?
Yes. That's fair. It's just the direction you've run in, you're closer now. So, I'm full of letters, but I sin none. Put me together one way, you'll laugh and smile. Put me together another way, you'll cry like a child. What am I? And you know through your hints that it has to deal with language.
I don't know it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check, a history check, and I'll give you another hint if you roll, depending on what you roll.
That's a natural one.
You don't get to hint. But you can take actions now. You are close enough to the gargoyle to engage him if you'd like.
I rush over, grab Ox's dagger, and stab the gargoyle with it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
What do I add? It's a dex thingy.
Your proficiency bonus and your dex modifier.
Yeah, this is my next weapon. So that is 16 plus 7. 25? No, 24. Oh, yeah, 25. No.
25 hits. So first,
Something.
roll 1d4 plus dexterity modifier, and then add 4d10 damage.
Okay, so I got 4 on the d4, so that is 6 total, and then 4d10. So that's 4, so it's 10 total, 9, 19, 10, so 29, and then 6, so 35 damage.
You do a significant amount of magical necrotic damage to this gargoyle, who is not immune or resistant to that. And an additional 1 point for having the magic dagger.
I have 2 attacks.
Do it again! It's my second attack to shove Hieronymus. Oh, you.
So that's an 18 to hit?
18 is enough. Just enough.
Okay. So on the dagger damage, that is a 3. And for the necrotic...
The necrotic, unfortunately, only happens once
Okay.
per turn.
Okay, that's fine. Still. got him another poke.
Mm-hmm. And the Nyogi, who had cast Hunger of Hadar, you notice that spell is devouring your crew. He's like looking around above deck, and he is signaling, and he's causing the Death Spider to try to move out of position. Now, I want to know what if Bodwin and Harmanis attempt to stop this by volleying at the pilot on the Death Spider, and if you retreat, let me know.
I'm gonna try to stop it.
Yeah.
Let's go, my magical friend. I give her a big wink.
Big, toothy, bear grin.
So the pilot's about 60 feet from you guys.
So many teeth.
They're about 60 feet from you.
Okay. All right. I can get there.
I can't quite get there, but my spells can. All right. I am going.
So means you can get there in a spell? Sorry.
All right. I am going to cast Cause Fear into it. Because I can. I'm casting that at 3rd level.
Alright, so does it need to save? Go ahead and describe to me.
Wisdom saving throw.
7. You have caused fear.
I have caused fear. It is frightened of me. And I awaken the sense of mortality in it.
Oh, I'm gonna die! And it looks around at all the squashed little buglings, the gargoyle that's like, I've seen better days.
I'm so happy about this. I'm just like...
Yes, it looks at it, sees Bodwin, and it's like... Inigo Montoya drops to its knees. Kill me quickly. It's a Yogi.
You should be scared of my friend.
Bodwin, it's your turn.
Okay. Yep.
For all intents and purposes, it's prone.
Oh, good. That means I can do stuff with my dice, like get advantage. Tortoise just runs over. I'm very, very dexterous and acrobatic-y, so I just like flip up and do some sort of somersaults, but my shell probably touches the ground at some point in this exchange between gravity and midair, and then I drive my dagger into this thing, or I attempt to. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna use lucky on one of these 8s.
Rolling with advantage. That's one too many.
Yeah, not natural 20.
Okay. You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sure thing. -4. These ones. Good time. 1, 2. That's 11, 12, 13 damage.
Their pilot is slain.
Yes. I am the pilot now.
Hieronymus, you have this gargoyle right in front of you. An unsolvable riddle. A dagger being plunged into its chest. What do you do?
Well, I mean, Hieronymus is he's a direct but simple creature. And so he's going to do what he knows to do, which is use his bonus action for second wind so he can get some hit points back. And then he's going to attack it twice.
Okay.
So first attack was a 1, so that's a miss. Second attack is 13, 5, 18 to hit.
18 is just enough.
So it's going to be... okay, I'll take it. Max damage. 12 damage.
Describe how you kill the ancient gargoyle with the mystical runes inscribed on its chest.
Oh, I know the answer. It's right here. And then he takes his rapier and sticks it right through the thing's heart.
Oh no!
It leans forwards. Its eyes meet with Lodwick's. You remember summers at Elephant Camp hanging out with this gargoyle. You remember long walks. You remember secret letters exchanged. And then the gargoyle winks and then dies. And you're pretty sure this gargoyle mistook you for a different elephant person. And the gargoyle is no more. With that, we are going to enter what I call the epilogue phase of the adventure, as we are at 2 hours, which is what I've prepped. So here is my question. So, do you continue to press and search the Nyogi ship, or do you return to defend your flank where you are beginning to be overwhelmed by a second oncoming death spider?
I think Coronis is a little vainglorious also, and he would yell to, he heard the captain say something about slaves, and he wants to free he wants to eradicate the injustice of this ship. So he would call and press for a complete taking of this Nyogi ship.
So you do that. You press and take over the ship. By the time the second Nyogi Death Spider collides with your old vessel, you have found a group of humans that have been marked specially, each of them, almost as if they're being sent to a different place. They have almost been branded, it looks like. Do you keep searching the ship for more slaves, or do you take these humans and simply return back with them?
Well, I mean, Lodwick is right there with me. What do you think? Should we find more? See if there's more?
I think we should take this vessel and use it to destroy our enemies.
Well, if you're willing to hook yourself up to a Nyogi life jammer, that's all. Go for it.
What if we, and I hope I don't step on any toes here, what if we take this vessel apart and attach it to ours like a trunk?
I love it.
We could use the extra storage space.
Oh, that kind of trunk.
Oh, we'll also crush things.
I love it.
We could put crushed skulls in our trunk.
So, my question now for the group. Searching the ship and overtaking it took a little more time, and your other ship was overrun. Do you stay on the Death Spider, or do you try to return and seize back Captain Ironstar and Ambassador Ko's ship?
Assuming we have taken the Death Spider, I think we should probably try to take back the ship.
I guess the ambassador's still on there or something.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably trying to negotiate right now, right?
Please stop sucking the life out of me. You all are so kind, as he's charmed. He's the worst NPC I've ever thought of.
He's the worst diplomat.
He is. That's why I was like, he's just going to be bad, and he's just going to float around in a little annoying orb with his gnomish head.
I was just imagining like Guilty Spark 343 from Halo.
Nice. Nice. So, here's how this is going to work. I want every one of you to make an attack roll. You need 3 successes with a difficulty of 15. No lucky points, no nothing. Yes, just a straight attack roll. And if we have 3 successes, you successfully take back your ship. If you don't, every one of your characters dies horribly.
Oh, no. Question. Okay, so no lucky roll, but I do have bonus action to help as a mastermind, which isn't an action.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I could see you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to help. Who should I help?
Do we get our proficiency and
Yeah, it's just an attack roll. And then for...
I got a 20.
You succeed.
I'm going to help Hieronymus.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you.
So you have 1 success.
My first roll was a 15, so it would have been a 20.
Oh, nice.
A 15 succeeds. Nat 20?
I got a 17.
20!
So on the advantage, I got a 20.
Yes.
We count that. Critical hit. And Bodwin, what did you get?
I got a 17.
17? Kiana?
18.
5 successes. Not only do you eliminate and take back your ship, you press the attack and destroy a second Neogi Death Spider. However, more Neogi Death Spiders begin to appear in the wild space of the world, and though you have fought valiantly, it is then that the Dawn Rose appears on the horizon to join the conflict. And with that, that ends our one-shot for tonight. A little impromptu Spelljammer. Let's go around, cast and crew, say who we are, how we enjoyed our miniature one-shot, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for letting me fill in. It was kind of a off-the-cuff, throw cool things together, learn a little bit more about the lore, and play with an interesting group of heroes that shall be remembered, I'm sure, in the canon of this universe for a long time.
Oh, you best believe that.
There's paintings of them on the walls, places. Oh, that's the hero battalion. Yes, Kika.
What was the answer to the riddle?
Words.
Ugh.
That's so dumb.
Ugh.
I hate that.
So obvious
That is-
now.
Yes.
I mean, I was thinking it, but I thought, no, that's too dumb.
I know, but I did the piano one, and that one was specifically for you. I was like, Kika will get that one. Then I was like, the next one I'm going to make a little more challenging. Yeah, that's an interesting one because I've run that Gargoyle guy before, and he can just be ping-pong between the two sides for a while, and it's just like, I don't always like throwing in riddles like that, but it's like, yeah, we'll do something a little different for the one-shot. I'm designing the sequel to the book that encounter came from, so wanted to see it in action. So, Marcy, how did you enjoy your impromptu Spelljammer one-shot with your Bodwin? I love them.
I enjoyed it very much. This calls for a celebration.
Celebration?
But I had a lot of fun.
This calls
Thank you
for
for having me. And letting me make turtle puns all day.
It's allowed.
They were snappy.
They were snappy. Oh my god.
Where can we find you online?
Scoot 'em in. You can find me. I run the Owl of Lycia on Monte Cook Games' Twitch channel every other Sunday. We just had a session, so the next one is going to be on the 14th. You can also find me this weekend, Saturday afternoon, starting at 11 a.m. EST for Dragon Heist with Goldheart Group. And I'm really excited for this game. We've been planning it for months. Thursdays, every other Thursday, I do Ballad of the Garbage People, and Wednesdays I play Scion with a couple of cool folks. And it's really good. Anyway, I'm really sleepy. Thank you for having me.
I guess it's past our bedtime.
It is.
And Kiana.
That was really fun. I just like shouting. I can do magic because I can't normally do it here on this show because normally I'm the hit things real hard person. So yeah, this was great. And it was really nice playing with Marcy and Kika as the guests today, and to play with Pruitt as a fellow player for once. But yes, hello, I am Kiana. You can find me over on Twitter at KianaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week, quite literally at this point. But you can always find me here on Tuesdays on WebDM playing Starward Bound as E404, Warforged Barbarian, everyone's favorite murder robot. So yeah, I can't wait to go back into space and see how this battle helped us. I hope. Knock on wood.
For all we know, the Hero Battalion will overtake the Dawn Rose, and you'll have to kick them off, those free booters. And one of the hosts of WebDM himself and the usual Dungeon Master here on Starward Bound, Jonathan Pruitt. How was that for you?
Grant, as always, you do a spectacular job. One is a little hesitant when like handing the reins of their game over to someone else, and then playing it. But you did a marvelous job. You were, just all the fun little sprinkles of lore that are in there. Where my heart was singing the whole time.
I'm glad, but because I was nervous.
But yes, being able to play in your own campaign is quite a thing, and I have done that now, and it's awesome. And yes, this crew will be remembered and be spoken of very fondly, and probably be compensated quite handsomely from the Maggate Acadium on Rontame City. So, but I'm Pruitt. Normally, I'm DMing here. We'll have a new video tomorrow on our YouTube. And tomorrow is my 9 hours of gaming, where I will be Call of Cthulhu, then Warhammer, and then on WebDM Twitch here with this man, the myth, the legend, Grant Ellis, for Invisible Sun. And also be sure to tune in on no, I'm sorry, not this Thursday. I believe, isn't Jim still off this week? I think so.
I hadn't heard whether he'd be on or off. I figure I let Jim do what Jim does.
Actually, I think you're going to be back this week. I think it was just Emma missing tonight. So, so tune in 6 to 9 Central here on this Twitch for Land Between Two Rivers. And in week after next, I just want to go ahead and start pushing this a little bit. The return of RPGN will be here in about a little less than 2 weeks. So if you've been saving up clips, go ahead and make sure you send them in to the people that need them. PowerScore RPG blog over on Twitter. Sean McGovern, PowerScore RPG, send clips to him, and we will get them on the show. But anyway, I can't wait to see you next week, where we'll finish up the other side of this fight down at the head of Rontame with the regular crew and see how it all shakes out. But anyway, back to you, sir.
You need a montage of Kiana and I falling out of our chairs, because we both tend to do that.
I'm at 53.
Yeah.
Apparently. 53 times I have fallen out of my chair.
The last time Lindy got me laughing on stream, all the blood left my head, and I went pale and dropped. And they were like, "Grant!" And they were like, "He fainted!" And then I slowly came up like the Undertaker. I was like, "I'm sorry, guys.
He's one of them fainting Grants."
Yeah, one of those fainting Grants. I was like, he's dropping like flies. And last but not least, Kika, thanks for playing with us tonight. How was that?
Hi. It was a lot of fun. This is my second time playing in Spelljammer. The first time was a lot more silly, but this was great. First time playing a Loxodon, first time playing a Ranger. A lot of fun there. Didn't really know what to do, but I did my best, and I really like this group, and I want to play this character more.
This was kind of a super group of sorts that came together. I was really glad that I got to play with Kika, Marcy, Kiana, and Pruitt all in the same game. That's kind of like a dream for me come true. Where can we find you online, Kika?
You can find me here at Twitch at twitch.tv/Kika. That's twitch.tv/KKK, and on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVO. You can find me on the Greyhawk channels on Thursdays and Fridays. On Fridays, I am playing Grant's game. A lot of fun. On every other Monday, what channel is that on again?
Off the Table.
Yeah, Invisible Sun on Off the Table. And next Tuesday, I will be on Dice Camera Action as a guest star, playing my Shatterkai Dearnay Hall as one of the people who won the contest for the Chickenfoot Coven thing. Also, if you happen to be at PAX Unplugged, I have 2 panels that I put together there, one on lore, the other on trans narratives in tabletop gaming. So please check out all the things, find me somewhere. Go somewhere, you're likely to find me there.
And Pruitt will be on that lore panel with WebDM Jim, Rudy Rutenberg, myself, and Laura Lania, Maitia Zimmer. And we have an amazing lineup: Nomadic, Allison Robinson, Shauna Nakasone and I know it's GGGMO. Craig? I forget. Craig Beck?
The schedule should be posted too.
Yes.
Soon. All the names will be on there.
And I try to remember everything in my head. I'm just glad Gnome will be there. Excited to hang out with him. And I am Grant Ellis. I'm an independent content creator for tabletop role-playing games. I am a producer for WebDM's Twitch channel, running production, putting together little overlays and things like this for fun. It's an honor and a privilege to be a part of this team. You can find me tomorrow night here on WebDM running Invisible Sun, on Thursday playing in The Land Between Two Rivers. I'm all over the place this weekend. I'm going to a Ren Fair, and I'm going to be shaking hands and living it up with my friend Jonathan Pruitt. And then I will be out like gout for most of the week. I do have a game on Greyhawk Channel this Friday, Queen of the Spiders. Check it out if you are so inclined. And I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Grant R. Ellis, which pays for all the production that I do for my tabletop gaming. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. And as Pruitt is off to say, may the dice always be forever in your favor. Did I get it at least 80%?
80% ever roll, but yeah.
Can you say it for old time's sake?
Of course, of course. After giving those Neogi a shellacking, that one's for you, Marcy. May the dice ever roll in your favor.
Bye.
That was just wax poetic.
Thank you.